Hello, friends. Finally back after a little week off, a little hiatus to give the live session some shine. Pissed Off Walt's live session. Hopefully you've watched it. If not, please go watch it because I'm trying my best out here. It's release week. Humania EP finally coming out this Wednesday, September 7th. Number 7 means a lot to me. I think there's 7 songs on the EP, so just excited. So excited it's finally going to be put out into the world and let the universe take it, do whatever it's supposed to. I always have this internal battle in my head wondering if I'm conceited for thinking I can impact the world with my music, or if it's a noble cause to dedicate my life to my passion and my talent in hopes that it can help someone else. I don't know which one it is, probably a little bit of both, but that classic struggle that artists face of, is this good enough? Am I good enough? Is this worth it? Am I worth it? Mixed with, oh, I'm definitely the greatest, most talented human being ever. I think it's something that definitely relates back to my mental health, both good and bad. As I said in the past, I do really feel that my mental health is always in a better place when I'm attacking my goals and staying busy, staying creative. But then it comes down to crunch time and it's time to release the Kraken. And for some reason, my mental health takes a hit. If you're an artist, you probably get it. But if not, maybe it's not as obvious. The amount of time and effort and emotional effort specifically that goes into creating it's pretty intense, especially when it's a bigger, larger project like this. And after this whole process of writing all these songs and fine-tuning them, critiquing them over and over again, listening to them a million times, loving them, hating them, then loving them again, putting whatever little financial resources I do have towards them, investing as much time as I can into every detail, plus all the behind-the-scenes shit of making sure the release goes smoothly, making sure the EP will be live on all streaming platforms at the same time, because if you don't know, you've never released an album or anything, if you don't give yourself enough time, you upload it to whatever distribution service, pick a date. If you don't give yourself enough time, maybe Apple Music, it comes on there first, and then Spotify lags behind. I don't know, all these little things. So making sure that it's on all those streaming platforms at the same time, dealing with the whole issue I posted about with the cover art not being approved at first, and going back and forth with some massive corporation as one single independent artist, trying to get them to realize whatever algorithm they use to dictate what is acceptable and what is not is wrong. And then making sure I can get some of the songs on playlists so that more than 0 people hear them when they come out. It's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, like, I don't know, with a live session, for example, just came out last week. Plug, please go watch it. It's on the same YouTube channel you're looking at right now. You put in all this time and money and effort to make sure it could be as perfect. Nothing's perfect, but to make sure it could be as perfect as possible. You know, like send it around to some people whose opinions you value most. Not that I don't value everyone's opinion, but you know, there's certain music people that I'm like, I really want this person to see it, see what they think. Basically, just tell me I'm pretty. And they all seem to be blown away. All those people that those music people that I value their opinion higher than maybe just an average person. No offense. Not average. You know what I'm saying? They all seem to be blown away and are very like encouraging, congratulatory, like, hey, this is awesome, man. But then it doesn't go anywhere. And you realize that with the way things work nowadays, you're probably going to have to do something like this several hundred more times before anyone else actually cares. Or that making a TikTok with 0 budget, no production value at all, that only takes you like 15 minutes will probably have an easier time of going viral, or at least like gaining some traction. But it doesn't serve you as an artist, and you don't really care to do that kind of stuff. It just doesn't affect you the same. And as an artist, you want to make real art that fulfills you, and it doesn't. It can all lead to this massive letdown. And to be honest, that's where I'm at right now. I chose this path in my life because I love making music more than anything in the world. And because it's the one thing that when I'm in the flow of making music, nothing else in the world matters. And it's the one thing that I feel I'm truly meant to do. I felt like God has given me signs since I was a wee child that this is what my life is supposed to be about. And it is the way I can confront all of my problems and can confront the problems of other people in hopes that this form of art that I'm responsible for can help them through their day-to-day struggle as it helps me. And I love that, and I do want that more than anything. And I know and believe all these things, yet somehow it always leads to this letdown, this feeling of like, it just doesn't feel the way I want it to. Like it's never ever enough. And it's confusing that the thing that makes me happiest, the thing I love most in the world, also seems to grind my mental health down into a fine powder. It can make me feel like all is right in the world, yet it can make me question every iota of the universe. Usually, I come on here every week and give some wisdom that I think I have, something I feel like I've figured out on my road to recovery with mental health, but this week I'm a little lost. And I think rather than giving out some supposed wisdom this week, I'm just letting you know that you're not the only one going through it. You aren't the only one seeking for answers. You aren't the only one struggling to balance what they love with what they want and what they want with what they need. Because I'm doing the same fucking thing. And then my mind drifts back to how small I am. We as the human race are the shit of a fly on the window of the universe. We're truly nothing. Our souls use this fleshy spacesuit to zoom through 80-ish years of life, if we're truly blessed. I'm hoping for that. To then have the organic matter decay and become something else. So in that sense, I'm so tiny and so small. If the human race is just that, then what am I? Just one of these trillions of beings. I don't think there's a trillion people yet, is there? I don't know. Billions, whatever. A large number. So then I feel like almost dumb or silly for thinking that me struggling mentally with my path in life or my passions, does it even matter? When there are other human beings who haven't eaten in weeks or who are sleeping on the sidewalk begging for literally coins that I would throw away just to get some water or another high. And then there's me in a beautiful apartment with a beautiful partner, more than enough food and water, living in a place where it's sunny every day, which sometimes has its negative effects, but whatever. The family I do have left is relatively healthy. I'm not doing great financially, but I'm certainly not destitute, and I can afford things that aren't just necessities. So what am I depressed for? What am I anxious for? I'm going after what I love in life, what I want most in life. That should be fulfilling enough. I should be happy. I should be content with what I have. And in the last couple weeks, that's all I've talked about. That's all I've preached. Yet now it's time to actually release the EP, and I don't feel that way. I feel the opposite of that. I feel like nothing is ever going to be enough. I feel like I'm just not where I want to be with my goals. I feel like I'm not working hard enough. But then when I push and I work harder, then I feel like I'm not taking enough time for myself. So it's like, something's got to give. Which one is it? I feel like I'm the only one putting this pressure on me. I'm an independent artist. I'm not signed to anyone yet. Hopefully, I'd love that. But it's not like someone's coming to me like, we need this by this time. No one even fucking knows or cares about the music that I'm about to release yet. But somehow still, I'm putting this mental pressure on myself and just like not letting myself be happy or proud of myself for putting in all this work that I just mentioned and finally creating something out of it. When in reality, not everyone can do that. Not everyone has the means to do that. Not everyone has the desire to do that, but also not everyone has the talent to do that. We're all talented in different ways. Mine happens to be in this way, and it's a way that I fucking love and couldn't care more about, yet I still don't feel content and happy. I don't understand why. It seems that our own inner monologues, this propensity we have as humans to be the main character of our story, often contributes to the detriment of our mental health. And so as the release of this EP comes closer, I've been working on for over a year as the release approaches, as I get excited to unleash a little bit more of my personality and love into the world. These are the conflicts that I'm confronting, and I think part of that is super healthy and normal, for sure. I think it's okay to look at this the way I am, kind of, and it's okay and maybe even helpful in becoming a better person and feeling more fulfilled by my own life. But it can also like be soul crushing when you remember how little your dreams matter to other people who are zoned in on their own paths. And it's like, I don't know. I have a pretty good grasp on life and the universe and people at whole. I'd like to think that, like, I get it. I get how people think and how people operate, how we're all doing our own thing and everyone's thing is important to them. But somehow still I feel like unseen or unheard or, again, unfulfilled. And is it because I'm not getting the eyeballs or the ears on my art that I feel they deserve or it deserves? Is it because I'm not touring somewhere, playing shows in front of people who care about my music yet? I don't know. It's like all of those things are good goals to have, but at the same time, all of the artists that I admire, all of them who have achieved these things that I want, are the first to say, like, that is not going to make you happy. That's not going to change your inner, like, feelings towards yourself and towards the world and towards the people around you. So it's like, even though I'm very cognizant of that, and I know that that's not how it works, that just by, like, achieving your supposed dreams, your life isn't just going to become amazing. Even though I know that, it's still hard not to be, like, anxious and depressed about the fact that I'm not where I want to be. And I'm just trying to remind myself that it's all going to be okay. And the EP is going to come out, and it's going to perform how it performs, and some people aren't going to care at all, which is fine, and some people are going to love it. And some people are going to, I don't know, I fucking wrote some shit down. Some people are going to care, aren't going to care, and aren't going to love it. And some people are going to care immensely and are going to understand its true message, and it will help their lives. And I hope and pray it leads to more opportunities for me. But whether it does or doesn't, I did what I'm supposed to. I cloned off another piece of my soul and turned it into music for someone else to enjoy. And that's all I ever want to do. So this Wednesday, I really hope you listen to the EP. I really hope you enjoy it. And I really hope it adds some positivity to your life, however brief. Because if I can do that for someone, then my personal legend is on the right track. That's all I really want to say. That's all I really want to do. I just know how powerful music can be in the lives of other people, and how powerful it's been in my life, getting me through times where I really thought it was the end of me and I couldn't go any further. And all I want to do is be that for someone else. And I've been making music long enough to where people have said that I've helped them or we've helped them. And that's like the best feeling in the world. And I just hope that I can continue to do that, because at the end of the day, like, my own little internal struggle of, like, is this good enough? I want people to like it. I'm the best. Like, that really doesn't mean shit compared to creating something because it's coming from a genuine place, and then another person recognizing that genuine place it's coming from and being able to install it into themselves where something else is missing. So ultimately that's all I want, but at the same time it's like I can't achieve that or gain that without more people seeing it. It's like, obviously there's a law of averages where where not everyone's going to love what I'm doing. That's completely fine. There's a lot of art that I don't love that other people love. It's just part of the game. But obviously I need as many people to see it as possible, because this small percentage is going to love it. And as the number of people that sees it grows, that amount of people grows too, obviously. So it's just this fucking struggle. Like, I know that's not the most important part, but at the same time, what is the purpose if not anyone is fucking hearing it? And it's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it feels defeating. It's like, what am I doing this for? I'm talking to no one right now. But, like, I'm not talking to no one. I'm using this for myself. I don't mean to I'm literally super anxious right now. It's kind of crazy because this whole time of doing these, I've been kind of good, kind of in a good place mentally. And this week, like, I don't feel that way at all. I feel shitty, which is fine. I'm going to be okay. I don't mean to worry anyone who is watching. But it just, I'm just all over the place mentally. I'm all over the place. Again, part of me is really excited. I'm just happy for it to be out and continue to like work on new other things. I'm excited. Then part of me is just confronting everything that's happened in the last year or so, where I was working on this EP or getting it ready to release. It's been done for mad long, but it's like, I don't know, a lot of other shit has happened, and then I confront like my whole life up to this point. Every little decision I've ever made has led me to now, and that's fine. I'm where I'm supposed to be right now, but at the same time, it's hard not to regret some of them, or not to contemplate some of them, or not to feel a certain way about the way someone may have treated you or done something. You know, I don't know. It's like all of this is hitting me at once. And then on top of that, today is my second day off of antidepressants, fully, completely off. So I don't know if it's just I'm sure, I do know, it's a combination of all that stuff. It's like when you release something like an EP, like a project, not just like a single, like it's a thing. It's here's all of these songs that I've been working on at once. Boom. They're out now. And when you do that, it's obviously like a crossroads in your career, in your life. And then that mixed with I've been tapering. I've been teetering on the edge of oblivion. No, I've been tapering off of the SSRIs for a couple months. I guess since the first episode of this, whatever how long. This is episode 8, so it's about 2-ish months ago. A little longer than 2 months ago, I think. And so obviously the combination of those two things at the same time isn't great. Not to mention, I've been busy. Last week was busy because I had some issues with the live session, and then I had another shoot and had issues with the cover and all these things. And then like I've been eating really healthy and working out, and it's been helping so much mentally. But then like last week didn't work out a single time. Ate like shit. Had a fucking pint of ice cream last night, which was delicious, by the way. Fucking phenomenal. But immediate regret afterwards. It's like, I know, it's like sometimes when you're on a journey, when you're a really self-aware person, I tend to be very self-aware, whether you recognize that or not, whatever. I think I'm self-aware. And so I can look at all these things and really pick out like, all right, this is something that works for me. This is something that doesn't work for me at all. Yet I still can't stick to the fucking things that work for me. Why? I know there's ebbs and flows, but it's like, what are you doing, dude? You know that obviously working out helps you. Eating healthy helps you. Scientific, like biologically, but also in a more spiritual sense, it helps to like feel good about yourself, you know? But so why take a week off and eat like shit? Why did you do that? On top of being stressed out and all these other things going on, when if in reality, that's when you needed to be disciplined and like work on yourself the most. I don't know. I know I'm all over the place. I know all of these end up being all over the place, and usually no one watches till this time anyway, but it's just been a tough week. And then like I'm not angry. I'm not an angry person, but I keep having these like fits of anger, and I feel like part of it is like not having the SSRIs in my system anymore is like maybe that was the gateway of like keeping in me being mad all these fucking like 10 years that I've been on it. Or how long? Not 10 years. How old am I? It's like 7 years. Maybe the last 7 years have just been like I've been able to curb that anger because of whatever was going on biologically in my brain. And now that like buffer is not there, I'm quicker to like snap and be mad about something that I for the last 7 years wouldn't have been, and I don't think I would have been before that either. I don't know. It's just been weird. I just feel like I've been all over the place. Again, I don't know if it's I don't like obviously it's a combination of everything, but I don't know which one is the biggest culprit, because I'm sure one is more affecting me more than the others. Like, is it the medicine? Is it my current predicament in life? I'm not really sure. I just gotta keep breathing. I'm trying. That's all you can do. All you can do. I am excited. This should have been this should have been a great promo video for the EP. Like, hey, it's coming out this week, guys. Woo! But also I want to just be raw. Like, I just want to be honest with myself and honest with the world, because I think that authenticity is like the most attractive thing to anyone. Like, whether it be with your significant other or a friend, or like, being real. That's what everyone fucking preaches. But genuinely, like, the artists that I've always admired are real. Maybe not all of them are transparent like I'm being. I'm trying to be maybe more transparent than most as I ascend to the place where I want to go. Because, like, at the end of the day, when you're a fan of someone, you're really a fan of the person first. I feel like, kind of. So I'm just trying to be as raw and real as possible. So I'm kind of, in that way, it's like, oh, that's fine that this wasn't some rah-rah, the fucking project's out this week episode. It's more honest that, like, I feel like shit because the project's out this week, rather than being happy, which I should be. And I am. That's the thing. It's so fucking weird. It's like my head is just whirling all over the place. I am obviously excited and happy that it's coming out this week. But much of me is the opposite. Also, I'm hunched over in this chair. I should have been sitting up straight. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. It's going to be okay, though. It's all gonna be okay. Well, I don't even know how long I've been talking. Genuinely could be, let's see, 22 minutes. It's fine. It's pretty good. I'm just going to take a nap for a couple minutes, and that's going to be on the episode. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, I mean, I am excited. Like I said, I'm excited for the EP to come out. I hope you listen to it for sure. Thank you. But now it's just, the neurotic side of me is like, all right, well, now here are a million more problems to deal with, like promoting the songs and shoving them down people's throats, because obviously they're not going to care right away, but then you have to force them to care. And that means making like cheesy TikToks and shit that you don't want to do. But at the same time, I had a conversation with a good friend of mine who's like very successful on TikTok. And he was expressing the importance of doing that stuff to me, which I know for sure. And obviously, even though I know it, I don't want to do it because I think it's lame, kind of. No offense to anyone that does it. I get it. Like, it's a necessary evil for like people on a certain path. But we were talking, and I was like, honestly, I can't say that I want this badly if that's where I draw the line. Like, oh, I'm not going to subject myself to making TikToks all day. Like, oh, that's where that's too hard for you? All this other shit that you're willing to endure to, like, set yourself up for, like, success in this lane, and that's the one that you're like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's dumb. So I don't want to make excuses. I should be looking forward to it, the fact that I am pursuing my dreams, and it comes along with certain things that I might not prefer, but really, again, if that's what I'm fucking complaining about, then I don't deserve to succeed in the ways that I want to. But yeah, the EP comes out, I gotta do all that shit. I gotta fucking hit up a bunch of people who I don't know, who don't know me, just cold DM them. Like, hey, I saw your playlist of this music. I really think this song would fit. And it works well. It worked really well with the April 94 thing, but it's time consuming. It's a little awkward. Most people don't answer, obviously. Then some people ask for money, which is okay because you have to invest money into some of these things. Like, I know it seems weird, or maybe if you don't make music, you don't necessarily understand, but like, it's not like you're buying plays, right? You're not buying streams, but these playlists that are genuinely large and have a large base of people following them, listening to them every day, obviously the person who created that playlist is going to want to monetize that in some way. So it's like, oh, hey, here, you have to throw me $50 to get in the top 10 songs on the playlist, and no one listening to it really knows that's how it works. They just like, oh, I like this playlist. It's a cool vibe, whatever. It's just another thing I have to fucking do. Again, and then I listen to the way I just said that. Another thing I have to fucking do. When it's like, dude, it's 100 degrees out, and there's people across the street from my place like building an apartment building right now. What am I complaining about? I don't know. It's all a balance. Obviously, I can't fucking have the best priorities all the time. I can't be looking at things righteously all the time. There's going to be times where it slips and I fall back into old habits of being like, the world's fucked and I hate it. When really I've gotten to such a better place of being like, oh, there's actually a lot of good, cool stuff in the world and a lot of good, cool people and like a lot more good than bad. And like, yeah, none of it really matters in the end because we're all going to die. So you might as well just enjoy the ride until you die because it's not going to matter then. So why would you care now? But then there are other times where I'm like, they didn't take the fucking garbage out. And now another week of like the drug addicts in front of my house just piling fucking trash up. I don't know. It's just, I just go back and forth between like understanding that like my issues and worries really aren't that big, and then like also at the same time letting them get larger than life and affect me way more than they should. And I'm anxious as hell right now. My fucking leg's going. I'm a little short of breath. I don't fucking know. Gonna be fine though. Guaranteed that. Gonna be better than fine. Gonna be great. Because that's the only option. I just tried to itch my ear over my headphone. I think this is enough. I think this has been almost madness. I don't know how I'm ever going to make a reel out of this or a TikTok, and I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out. I am going to switch over to being happy and positive now because that's better. I'm really excited for the EP. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much if you've supported me. And if you haven't, I hope you will. The EP's great, and I got to thank all the other people that are involved in it too. Tim Opsud for the amazing mix of everything, mixing and mastering the whole thing. Also just the time that he's invested into genuinely like giving me his thoughts and feelings on every song, and he really helped pick what songs are going to go on this because we had a bunch of other ones done too. Obviously Zach for shooting the cover, editing it, getting it back to me so quickly, and like being willing to basically destroy his art because someone else told me it wasn't good enough. Not that it wasn't good enough, but that it wouldn't meet their guidelines. And luckily, thank God, they took that back and they're gonna let us use it. So thanks to him. Thanks to Joel for shooting the live session, and we're working on another video for the project. Thanks to Jay, obviously, for being there every step of the way, being super supportive. Imagine she lives with me, and like I'm doing this once a week. She has to hear this shit constantly, so she deserves a cookie for that, or some flowers, or both. Yeah, so just thanks to all the people that have helped, all the people I've confided in this process. Thanks to the people that had done me wrong and have pushed me to say fuck it and go and do my own thing in life, because at the end of the day, like, I got to do me and be happy. So thanks to everything. Thanks to God. Thanks to the universe for putting me in the position I'm in right now. Because as much as I was just complaining or I was expressing how anxious I am about this whole thing, it is an awesome thing to release something and like have people hear it and absorb it. And honestly, all the feedback's been positive. I'm just being really hard on myself because that's what I do, and that's what a lot of artists do. But gotta try to like be your own critic, biggest critic, biggest fan at the same time. That whole thing, I think that's important. I'm trying to pick up the fan part, because right now I'm just critiquing, and that's no good. But I gotta remember I got this. You gotta remember you got this, and if not, we got this. I need you guys this time. Thank you so much. Humania EP out this Wednesday. Peace.